The Galactic Battle Star Wars season recently dropped a few days ago, and after playing quite a bit over the weekend, I wanted to give my early thoughts on this mini season. I will be going over what I really like about the season and what I think they can improve on, but before I do, be sure to let me know down in the comments how you are feeling about the season so far. If you enjoy my content, use code TuneSpider in the Fortnite item shop, and now let's get started. So I want to start by saying my feelings towards this season are honestly very positive. I actually put out a tweet saying I thought that was the best opening day I've experienced in Fortnite, and I still stand by that. I had a lot of fun over the weekend exploring the new POIs, using the new loot pool, learning how to park the X-Wing, and staring at the Death Star any chance I got because I think it's pretty much the coolest thing I've ever seen in the game. This season has felt like I'm playing Battlefront 3 in a battle royale format, and I love it. I love seeing all of the Star Wars skins and so many people just embracing the theme of the season. That's something that I really appreciate about the community whenever a major IP collabs with Fortnite, for example, our past Marvel seasons or our most recent collab Mortal Kombat. So far, I think this is a fire season. I'm definitely happy with how this season has started, content and gameplay wise. Now, of course, it's not all sunshines and rainbows in the Fortnite community when it comes to the new season, because per usual, there are people that call it one of the worst seasons ever about an hour after the update drops because they died off spawn a couple of times, or because they don't have the patience to learn new weapons, which blows my mind because this is honestly one of the coolest loot pools I've ever experienced in this game, and I've been playing since the early OG days. When it was leaked that we would only be getting a blasters only loot pool, I was definitely nervous because in the past the blasters have always been ass, but this season they are so good to the point where I couldn't see how someone could complain about them. And if you're complaining about lightsabers all the time or melee weapons in general, I don't even know what to tell you at this point. Maybe this game just isn't for you. It's one thing to be frustrated after you die, we all do it, but it's another to act like it's ruining the game. However, I think the funniest complaint though is people acting like the X-Wings and TIE Fighters are more OP than modded cars from Wrecked or mechs from Season X. It honestly makes me laugh because Epic made the TIE Fighters and X-Wings very balanced. You can tell they didn't want another Wrecked situation with the vehicles. Watch, of course, since I just said that, they're now going to put car mods in the game. But anyways, the X-Wings and TIE Fighters are so easy to shoot down and destroy. They don't fly super fast, and the blasters on the vehicles aren't super accurate. I feel like the people calling them OP either just stand out in the open, don't move around, and don't shoot back, or even worse, they're just trying to rage bait for clicks and views, to the point where they're just spam building and acting like they're getting destroyed by these vehicles. Also, to the people that want the vehicles buffed, just stop. We all know if Epic made the TIE Fighters and X-Wings insanely OP, you'd be the first people to go to Twitter or make a YouTube video about how insanely broken they are and how the game is unplayable because of them. Okay, so I'm pretty much done ranting now about that. It can just get frustrating because it's just so annoying seeing the same cycle repeated within the Fortnite community every season. Like, it's only been 3 days and people are calling it the worst season of all time. After 3 days. Now people are apparently nostalgic for Chapter 5, I guess, just like how they'll be nostalgic for this season in about a year, but that's a topic for a different day. And if you were typically pretty positive about Fortnite seasons, but you're not feeling this one, I get it. I've been there with a few seasons in the past, so just know I'm not referring to you in that little rant I just had. But back to the positives. I touched on this briefly earlier, but I am having a lot of fun with this loot pool so far. I'm sure with the 5-part saga we'll be getting during this season that some of these blasters will be in and out of the rotation, but I feel like we have a solid base of blaster weapons right now. We have about 10 blasters right now that include shotguns, SMGs, ARs, and the marksman rifle. My personal favorites are the ACP scatter blaster, A280 CFE blaster rifle, the CR2 blaster, and the IQA-11 marksman rifle. Dang, those blaster names really test my ability to say the alphabet. We also have 3 enhanced blasters in Captain Phasma's Mythic, which you can get by eliminating her at the first order base along with her medallion. All of these blasters can be lasers, no pun intended, which weirdly makes the gunfighting balanced in a way because everybody has the chance to eliminate whoever they're fighting pretty quick. Also, I love not having to loot for ammo, but after every time I shoot, I find myself pressing the reload button out of habit. Then I just feel dumb when I remember I don't have to reload. And I just want to say, for having a blasters only loot pool for a Star Wars season, that is amazing. I'm so glad they fully committed to that. It's just 1 month long, so I really appreciate that they're fully embracing the collab season. I feel like that's something they really let down with the absolute Doom season. Along with the blasters, we got the lightsabers, which is always a good time, but so far I feel like they're better for movement, assuming you're the one that got it from Rey or Palpatine, rather than actual combat, because these blasters are so good even at close range, and the force push and force lightning are way more useful than the lightsabers themselves in my opinion, especially if you or a teammate has force lightning because it is so useful against vehicles. You can always tell how shocked players are when their car all of a sudden just stops driving because of the force lightning, which is hilarious. But overall, I'm loving the loot pool, and like I mentioned earlier, this is some of the most fun I've ever had with a new loot pool for a new season. Moving on to the map, we got 4 new POIs and they're all toward the edge of the map, which is an interesting decision by Epic. I'm assuming they felt the locations toward the middle of the map were irreplaceable, or they plan on replacing them throughout the season as we get more updates. But either way, 4 new POIs is still a good amount, especially for a mini season, and they're all done very well. Walking through the First Order base and the Resistance base feels like you're actually in a Star Wars movie, which is such a cool feeling because they put so much detail into these locations. But I think the best part so far is how close and detailed the Death Star is to the island, and along with that, when you look into the sky, you can see the First Order and Resistance fleets fighting each other, making you feel fully immersed into the Star Wars universe. And I think the best part about all of this is that this is just the first update. Epic still has quite a bit planned for the 5-part saga, like the Chewbacca update, Mandalorian update, and the Star Destroyer bombardment update. Plus we are ending the season with a huge live event, so there's still so much more to come to this season, still so many more surprises, which makes me very excited for how this season is going to play out. Now, the next topic is the battle pass. I'm just going to give my quick thoughts on the battle pass because I've already uploaded my reaction and ranked the skins, so be sure to check those out after this video. But overall, I like it. Apprentice Eevee is goated, especially the Sith Eevee design, and I can't wait to unlock Grievous. I also like Poe and Palpatine in the battle pass, and I honestly don't hate Wookiee Team Leader. It's not my all-time favorite battle pass, but I do think it's good with some quality Star Wars skins. All we're really missing is lightsaber pickaxes. Really hoping they come to the item shop at some point this season, along with Mace Windu, Darth Jar Jar, the customizable Mandalorian, and hopefully some Star Wars characters that haven't been mentioned yet. But so far I think the cosmetics are solid for this season. So to sum up my extremely early thoughts on this Galactic Battle season, I'm fully locked in and having a lot of fun with the season so far. I love the feeling of being immersed into the Star Wars universe, and I think it's awesome that we will have blaster only weapons the entire season. I honestly want some of them to stay for future seasons, or get weapons like them in the future for maybe like a futuristic season. I think the POIs themselves are really cool, but I'm hoping we get more. I think the X-Wings and TIE Fighters are very balanced, but if Epic wanted to buff them, I think they should just make them a little faster or add 200 health to them. The way I feel about this season right now could definitely be in my top 10 all time, and in my opinion, Chapter 6 has gone 3 for 3 so far when it comes to the seasons. But of course, that's just my opinion, so let me know yours down in the comments below if you haven't already. And if you made it this far into the video, I really appreciate it. So make sure you drop a like and subscribe. If you'd like to join my Discord server, that link is going to be in the description. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Peace. Is it healing? Oh yeah, I think it's getting gas. I think it's working. I think it worked. Oh my god. Okay, no, don't blow up the gas station. No, let me in. Why is it, what is it doing? Oh no! Okay, it's still fully healthy. I mean, I'm not, but what the heck?